Greetings and welcome to our weekly educational rounds at Sinclair, an integrative holistic psychiatric facility located outside of Delmont, Pennsylvania. We specialize and are prideful in the fact that we treat people, not necessarily diagnoses. My name is Jim Ellermeyer. I'm a behavioral health therapist, and today I'm joined by two of my colleagues. On my left would be...
My name is Leah. I'm a physician assistant student from Seton Hill University.
And on my right?
I'm Chloe Tillman. I'm a PA student from St. Francis University.
And as always, every week what we try to do is incorporate something to inject into your lives. We're kind of like a kitchen, getting all types of ingredients and see what type of cake we have to bake today. So today the method of our madness is magic math. Magic math. So if somebody came to you and said, "What's magic math, Chloe?" What would you say?
Addition by subtraction.
Addition by subtraction. And what does addition by subtraction mean to you, Leah?
It means putting something better into your life and taking something out that's not as helpful.
You bet. So in relatable terms, when we're talking about people who are trying to lose weight, they're generally trying to look better, are they not? So when people go on a diet, what do they do? What do they reduce?
They subtract calories.
They subtract calories. That's right. That's right. So we're talking a little bit about addition by subtraction, are we not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So so this may be kind of a strange way to begin our podcast about magic math. However, as usual, there's a method to our madness. And what we're really doing today is we're talking about desire versus needs. So when we go back to the weight loss scenario, and when we talk about people joining a gymnasium, but of course to join in a gymnasium, what do you have to have, Chloe?
Proper attire.
You have to have the proper attire, right? And you have to have more than one outfit, do you not?
Absolutely. If you're going to go more than once.
If you're going to go more than once, certainly. What do people think? So to carry all these nice things in there, what do you need to come with you?
You need a nice new gym bag.
You need a gym bag, of course. So what you're trying to do is lose weight, but however, what we're doing is we're picking up another whole bunch of stuff, right? Okay, so what we're talking about, is it the thing or is it the desire? Is it the losing weight, or what is your desire? So that's what we have to differentiate. So let's talk about technology, Leah. All the bells and whistles that phones have. How often do new phones come out?
Seems like all the time.
All the time. So right, and what are we being deluged with? That do we need?
I always think we need the latest and greatest.
We always need the latest and greatest. We always need to add more stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're always being convinced that if we don't have this, we're less than, right? Okay. So the idea is, and again I'm going to say this, have you seen any U-Hauls behind hearses on the way to the cemetery?
Nope.
No, of course not. You all that baggage that we accumulate in our life. And one of the things we're going to talk, I know for the viewers of this podcast before, I know this is something we've done before, however, it goes out perfectly here. So again, we're going to talk about how monkeys are caught. So Miss Chloe, do you know how monkeys are caught?
I do know.
Could you share it with us?
Absolutely. So, the monkey, whoever's trying to catch the monkey, put something that the monkey desires into like a box with a hole just small enough for the monkey's hand. So then when the monkey grabs whatever's inside, he can't fit his whole fist out.
Sure. So that's some of the things in our life. So you want to open up your jars here? This is your lives, okay? So let's think of some of the things that people hold on to in their lives. What are some things that people hold on to?
Fear.
Fear? Right, okay. So if we're having fear, we're putting that in our life too. Not? What else are some of the things that people hold on to?
Materials.
Material things, right? You bet. What else? What else?
Regret.
Regret. People hold on to regrets, absolutely. Leo? Anything else?
Depression or anxiety.
Depression, they hold on to anxiety? Sure. How about toxic relationships? Do we hold on to those?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, so now, get your hands in there now. Before you could pull them out freely, couldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so grab onto all those things. Grab onto those things with your hand. Now try to pull your hand out. Okay. So the idea here is what I'm challenging everyone out there today is to identify and label the things in your life that are holding you back and preventing you from being free. That are preventing you from being free. Okay, identify and label them and begin to drop them. That is addition by subtraction. When you're subtracting these toxic things from your life, then you'll be able to pull yourself out from that trap. You'll be able to be lighter and live a free life. So quite often people are looking for the fanciest home they can buy, can they not?
Absolutely.
So then who owns the house? Does you own the house or does the house own you?
House owns you.
When you buy this fancy car that you think that you have to have, and you get those payments every month, do you own the car or does the car own you?
Car owns you.
So media and society has brainwashed into thinking that who has the most stuff wins. So my challenge out there for everyone today is to say that you don't have to be, there's no prize for being the richest person in the cemetery. There's no prize for being that. Not being the richest person in the cemetery. And remember our quote by one of our favorite philosophers, Thomas Merton, that says our minds are like crows picking up every shiny object and then sitting in our crowded nests wonder why we're so uncomfortable. Okay? So addition by subtraction. There's a story with the Buddha. He was out in the forest instructing his disciples, okay? Giving them some lessons. And this person came up, Chloe, and said they were in distress and distraught, and they were yelling, "Have you seen my cows? My cows got away. Have you seen them?" And the Buddha said, "Well, no, I'm sorry. I haven't seen your cows." And then the guy was crying, yelling, running off. And then the Buddha turned to his disciples and said, "Aren't you glad you don't have cows?" So remember, which is the things that is holding you back? My challenge out there for everyone today is to answer this question. Think of yourself. If everything was stripped away from you, your health, your wealth, your house, your education, who would be standing with you at the end? Who would be standing with you? Identify and label them. I just don't want you to say my family. I want you to name every single person and tell me about them and tell them why they would be standing with you at the end and what do they mean in your life. Then my challenge for you is to go home, hold that person's hand and look them in the eye and speak from your heart and tell them, I know you would be standing with me at the end. Those are the people that are important in your life. Those are the things to add, to reinforce. Identify them. That's my challenge out there for everyone today, is to identify the things, addition by subtraction. What can you release from your life? Look around your house, see how much stuff you have. Do you have a lot of stuff, Leah?
Yeah.
Yeah, much stuff, right?
Too much stuff.
You bet. How about you? Sure. So and when you move, don't you then you realize
Then
how
you
much
regret all of that stuff.
you regret how much stuff you have. All those things that you look. Do you look at half the stuff you own?
No,
Rarely.
definitely.
Right. So the idea is, do you need it? Do you need it bogged down, or do you ever travel light? So perhaps many people don't know what that. When you say the word stoic, what does stoic mean to you, Chloe?
Frozen and unwavering, kind of strong. Non-emotional.
Kind of non-emotional. Stoic person just doesn't feel any emotion. They're just tough and they're cold-blooded. Okay, kind of stoic. They don't react to the things around them. Well, actually, Stoicism was a Greek philosophy, and what it was is toward minimalism. Okay, and the Diogenes, the Greek philosopher, who was the guy that went looking for the honest man, it's a story. Okay, he was one of them, and so he thought that he had stripped his life down to the bare minimum when all he had was a cup. Okay, until he saw a child drink from his hands. And he realized that he had too much stuff. So my challenge out there for everyone today is to identify the things. What's inside that jar? What are the rocks that are holding you back? What can you subtract in your life that you can become freer? Can you think of anything in your life, Leah?
I probably just have too many clothes I need to get rid of.
How about you, Chloe?
Absolutely.
Some things in your life that are kind of maybe
Probably some books I've never looked at.
that you've been holding on to. Okay, so my question out there, my challenge out there for everyone is to be live a little freer, live a little lighter, have a little bit more playfulness in your life. So my challenge out there for everyone is to drop the rock today. And as always, at the end of every podcast, we give a free prescription, do we not?
Yes.
And that would be fruits, nuts, and vegetables, unplug your television, and take up fishing. And for a truly mindful experience, we ask people to fish without
bait.
absolutely a lifetime. When you set definitive expectations on yourself, you're carrying around all those rocks. And as always, my admonishment to you is to do a kindness for yourself, do a kindness for another, and please forgive one some today. Namaste.